Well, as we've been talking about it this morning, we're 100 days from the opening ceremony for the Tokyo Olympics. Getting to this point has been a bit of a roller coaster. The pandemic postponed everything last year.
Yeah, today in the Bay, Cierra Johnson, she spoke with one hopeful student and a member of Stanford's men's water polo team on what's in store for him over the next 100 days. I'm sure it's an exciting time for him, Cierra.
Good morning, Marcus and Laura. Could you imagine being a senior in college, not only juggling classwork, but preparing to potentially make an Olympic team? That's exactly what one senior at Stanford is doing, hoping to make the U.S. men's water polo team. As you can imagine, it really has been a roller coaster. This time last year, we weren't sure if the Olympics were happening. They were postponed, and now this year things are back on. But 100 days out, still unsure if he's making the team. So a little about Tyler. Tyler is a senior driver on Stanford's men's water polo team. The 2017 graduate of Miramonte High School in Orinda says last year he stepped away from his studies to focus full-time on training to make the team, and as you can imagine, that decision to postpone the games was devastating to him, but he's back at it, both studying and training to make the U.S. team for Tokyo. The athlete says at this point he's cautiously optimistic but excited to potentially live his dream.
Walk me through the feeling when Japan announced that it would only be Japanese fans that would be able to attend the events. You haven't even made the team yet, but just hearing that if you do, your parents and your friends and your coaches and your loved ones wouldn't be able to go. How did that make you feel when you heard that news?
I understand why this needs to be the way it is. It makes perfect sense to me from a safety perspective. That doesn't make it any more heartbreaking. You know, this would be by far and away the biggest accomplishment of my life. And, you know, to think that, you know, my friends, family, coaches, mentors, everyone who's helped make me who I am today, the athlete that I am today, I wouldn't be where I am without the help of so many people in my village, you know, pushing me forward and making this all possible. And, you know, I know that they're going to be proud regardless.
And so as you can hear, the fact that we can't have fans from other countries outside of Japan was a point of contention for some, but just listening to him, he's still excited about it, and he's pretty understanding about why the fans are not available. So just to walk you through his next 100 days, he will then travel to Irvine middle of May, from there Montenegro, from there Serbia, and that's where the team's final roster will be announced around mid-June. So he still has a long way to go, but he's training, he's remaining hopeful, and he's still studying because he is still a senior at Stanford. So busy time for Tyler, and fingers crossed that he does in fact make that team. We're live in Marin County. Cierra Johnson for Today in the Bay.